So what you hopefully just watched was a very small snippet of a convention I literally just got home from wrapping called Tidewater Horror Convention. It was a very small show that was within driving distance for me, so I didn't have to get a hotel or anything. So I decided to give it a shot this year, see how it was. Spoiler alert, wasn't that great? But yeah, but before we get too much into that, hi, I'm Kelly, aka Yokani. I'm an illustrator, animator, and comic book creator. I do a lot of horror themed stuff, cute stuff, and I am a full-time artist. So I've been full-time since 2019, so right about 5 years, give or take. And this is hopefully my first official YouTube video studio vlog. I've tried and failed I think 4 or 5 times now at this point to finally start vlogging my life as a full-time artist. It's either because of getting too insecure, hating how I look on camera, you know how it goes, or just not having enough stuff to film, or what I thought wasn't enough stuff to film. But I've decided that this year, 5th time's charm. I like when people do convention wrap-ups, so I figured I would do those in these as well. I do a lot of conventions. Why I started with the tiny one and not Dragon Con, I couldn't tell you, but we're doing that. Tidewater Horror Convention, tiny, very small, not worth flying to or traveling really in any capacity for. I'll start off by saying this. Staff, amazing, super nice, super welcoming, very accommodating. When I got there, I noticed, I'll put a picture in, my table was so close to the person right behind me, and to their credit, the guys who were running it noticed that partway through the con, walked up, apologized, and helped us fix it. So I will say staff was awesome. The hotel it was in was pretty nice. I think it was like a Holiday Inn or Hampton Inn, one of those two. But it was like recently refurbished or renovated, or they're in the middle of renovation, something. Nice location. But it was a 3-day show with crazy hours. Friday was from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is easily the latest I have ever been in an vending for a convention thing ever. Didn't really like that. No one was really in there past 8 o'clock. But yeah, it had the vibes of like, should have been a 1-day show, was stretched out to 3 days unnecessarily, I would say. So if you are able to drive to it every day, like I was able to do, and you're whatever you're willing to drive in a day to go to a convention, I would say it's probably worth it. But like, between the fact that there wasn't a lot of people there, the sales were pretty bad, the layout was really bad. That was the worst part about it. Saturday was the bulk of the sales. I made 2 sales on Friday. That has never happened to me at any show. Not even my first show I ever did I only make 2 sales on one day. And then today, Sunday, the 3rd day, I made 5 sales, I think. I'll double check that, but it was 5. So most of the sales were on Saturday. So it kind of feels like it should only be a 1-day show, but it seems to have a decent following. Like, everyone who was there was really nice and talking about the show as if it was one they'd been to multiple times and like loved coming every year. So it seems like a little small town kind of like, well, not small town, but small little group of people who hang out every year, I guess. But yeah, that's my little recap of Tidewater Horror Convention. Will I do it again? Probably not. Even with it being so close to me, it's just, I don't find that worth the effort. I hurt. I have a lot of chronic pain, and doing shows flares it up really bad. So unless the profits for the show is like worth the pain, it's not something that I want to do again, even if it's an easy show. So I think I'm going to take a nap because I'm tired, and I'll probably pick this vlog up tomorrow when I'm doing something more interesting than sleeping. See you then.
Minimum wage in California was like $20, so her dish was more than a minimum wage. So her dish was like 1 hour of minimum wage, which is insane. So like the idea of working an hour to get this like one little dish is.
Oh, Isabella. Oh, hi. Yes. Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, Isabella.
It's a little gloomy today. So I'm sorry if this particular segment is pretty shittily filmed. I am at my parents' house and I forgot to bring a tripod, but I've been dog sitting for them and house sitting for them for a little while now, like a week and a half, I think, something like that, for Miss Bella, who's a new addition to the family that you just saw. I'm sure you'll see again. I have a little MacBook and a little, I think it's a Huion screen tablet that I bring when I'm here, and I'm able to still do most of my work. So while I've been out here, I initially wanted to work on comic stuff and commissions because I currently have a pretty big commission for a personal client for a comic. And then I have my own comic, Those Who Sleep, which I don't know if I've talked about. No, I definitely haven't. I'll talk about that later. But if you don't know, I've been working on Those Who Sleep and posting it online since 2019. I posted on Webtoon and some other sites, but it's mostly on Webtoon that people read it. So I'm about ready to finish up season 1. About ready. I have much work that has to get done on that. But what I'm doing is, again, it's been about 5 years since I started it. And Bella, stop eating grass. Yeah. Been about 5 years since I started it, and I'm realizing that one, it's hard. Comics are hard, and I definitely didn't plan things out the way I think I should have. So what I'm doing is I'm finishing up season 1, and then I'm putting it on hiatus. And when I come back to it, whenever that is, I want to come back with a plan that's more structured to have a better understanding of. I don't want to take 5 years to do 1 season. That seems terrible. But that's the goal. I also want to send out some queries. I want to send it to some agents and hopefully see if someone would be interested in picking it up, which would be really cool. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm working on a different comic featuring Annie Rowe and the Those Who Sleep cast as like an alternate universe AU kind of thing, because Annie and Rowe have kind of blown up on Instagram and a lot of people are asking for content about them, and I'm thinking if I could do that and maybe make some extra money make some extra money that way, then I can keep making comics, keep putting out content for the people who want Annie and Rowe stuff, and I keep saying content, art, keep putting out art for those who want Annie and Rowe, but also Those Who Sleep fans, but on something that's a little bit easier, because Those Who Sleep is a pretty hard story to tell. There's a lot of moving parts. It's very much a story where everything that I put into it is intentional one way or another, and I want to, it makes it kind of hard to do that and run a business and juggle trying to pay rent and pay for my cat, which I have a cat. Bella isn't my animal. I don't have to pay for her. Hi, Bella. Let me say hi. Okay. So yeah, but anyway, you'll probably see some clips of me working on some of my client work. So for context, I am a full-time artist, and I would say 50% of my income comes from conventions, and then the other 50% comes from client work. It's been a lot harder over the past 2 years because of AI really hit my particular clients really hard, and it's kind of gotten to the point where I only have one left. So thank God for them. I'm working on stuff for her right now. So you might see some clips of that. I was working on stuff for her last week, and then hopefully once this is done, I'll have some downtime so I can work on commission stuff. And then I really need to revamp my store because my online sites are garbage. They're terrible. I don't know what has happened. When I first started, I was really good about keeping up with it, and since then I've just kind of let it run itself and it's terrible. I need to revamp everything, and I don't really get a lot of sales, so, and I know part of that is because it's really bad. Like, I'm lucky to get a sale a week. That's exciting for me. So I don't make a lot of money online. I'm hoping that if I put a lot of time and effort into making everything look good and clean and put all my products out there and market it well, then I can start kind of reviving my online store, and that would help me a lot with some of the money stress right now. But yeah, anyway, back to work. You done sniffing? You done sniffing? Do you want to go back outside? Do you want to go back inside where it's not wet? Okay. hopefully I'm in frame. I don't know, I'm using my phone, the back camera, so I'm just kind of praying that I'm in frame. But it's been about 4 hours since the last clip that you saw, maybe 4.5, and I finished all of the repeating patterns that I needed to do for my clients, so I figured I'd show you guys what they look like, because I think they look kind of cute. I ended up going a different direction when I realized what she was looking for, so it doesn't look quite the same as what you just saw. But yeah, so we've got the Tritini. Ended up looking like they wanted one that was a lot simpler because the box itself that it's going in is very complicated and cluttered, so they wanted this to not be as cluttered. So kind of did away with the old designs that I was sketching that you saw, took the elements, separated them out, and when it's repeating, it'll look like this, which is pretty cool. So that's the Dratini one. This is the Gumi one, so Gumi and some flowers. That's what it looks like when it's repeating. Here's a trap inch one. This one's my favorite. He just looks so happy. So this, I did a trap inch and some donuts. Again, this is the repeating pattern. And then the last one is Charmander, who was a little bit harder because it was just Charmander and some flames, so it wasn't as much to work with. So I just used Charmander in like different poses. And in case you're wondering, the way you can get those repeating patterns in clip is once you have your tile basically that you know repeats, or if you need to check to see if it repeats, you can do this. So you go over to the layer, right click it. I'm gonna duplicate it just so I have two. I always duplicate stuff. Pro tip, if you're doing anything professionally, duplicate your layers and then work on a new layer. Always keep your pieces. Always keep your pieces. So once you have your new layer, you're gonna hit convert layer. And right here it says type. Raster layer is your like normal kind of layer. It's pixels. You paint on it, the regular layer that you think of. Vector layer is a layer where all of your lines are mathematical equations so that you can maneuver them around. And then image material layer is what you want. You can change the name if you want, so I'm gonna just call it pattern. So you can rename it. You can change the vending mode, color, expression if you want, but for this you don't need to. Just change it to image, hit OK, and you'll get this box here, which if you've ever imported an image into Clip, you'll recognize that box. Basically, it means that this is an object now in the program. It's not considered like pixels that you can manipulate. So once you have that, you hit your object tool and you'll get this little, or I have it set up to show me the bounding box all the time, which I think is really helpful if you're doing stuff like this so you know what's selected. And then you'll go down to tiling, just hit tiling, and you make sure that this one, which is horizontal and vertical, and this one, which is repeat, same, is selected. I need to zoom out or back up a little bit. And then once that's turned on, all you do is grab the corner and you can have a thing. Go on forever, which is pretty cool. And this is how you can make a repeating pattern or check to make sure your tile is actually repeating. Yeah, that's how you do it. If you guys want a more in-depth tutorial, let me know. I make a lot of these for work, but they're pretty fun. This one was really simple. It gets a little more complicated when you have a lot more stuff going on, but for the most part, it's the same process. And then this is the same every time to check. But this is just in Clip, and Photoshop's completely different. So yeah, these are done. I'm gonna send them off to my client, to Monomoon. I think I've said that before already, but if you don't know who Monomoon is, you should check them out. The thing I'm working on will probably already be out and sold out by the time this video goes up, so sorry about that if you were interested in buying whatever it was. But keep an eye on Monomoon's stuff. She does a lot of cool shit. The art team is fantastic. Very, very lucky to be involved with them. But yeah, so I'm gonna save these and send them off. Hopefully there won't be any edits, but if there is, it's just part of the life. Holy shit. I'm so tired. I want to take a nap really bad because I'm really tired, but I don't think I should because I woke up really late today. I woke up at like 11:30. So I've only been awake for like 5 hours, so it doesn't feel good to like take a nap. So I think once I send these off and wait for any requests for edits, I'm going to spend some time cleaning up, take the garbage out, clean cat litter box, do a bunch of like boring stuff, but hopefully moving around will help me wake up. So yeah, I don't know if I can get any footage of that because litter box is kind of gross, but I'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, it is Thursday, I think. Excuse the fact that I think I'm in the same shirt as I was in the last clip from yesterday. And I look a mess because I just rolled out of bed and went right back to work, but we're doing more client work today. I got what I'm assuming is my one order for the week, and it came in on Etsy, which I am very excited about. It's my Resident Evil charms, which are usually my best sellers. My Resident Evil stuff is pretty much my best selling stuff, so I'm actually going to double down on it because I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Resident Evil is my favorite series of all time anyway, so I have a lot of fun drawing stuff for it, and people seem to like it, so yeah. But it looks like they ordered an Ada, so we'll do a little packing thing once I clear off my desk. So I have to do some errands and stuff, but I wanted to show this first. I got these cool, like, I forget what they're called. I'll put them up on the screen or in the link down below, but I got them from Amazon. And they're like 3D displays, floating displays, so you can put stuff in it that normally you wouldn't be able to frame. And I thought it was really cool. I got the idea from an artist who said they ship their keycaps in these, which is like brilliant. But they're like really weird, like it's got this, you hear that? It's like a plastic. Oh! So I figure while I'll do this, I can explain what the Bloody Buddies are, because I know I haven't put it on camera yet, since this is the first video. But they are my original blind box project. I love little gotcha mystery boxes and stuff, and I wanted to do one myself. So all these guys are my original little dudes, and they come in packs. I wonder if I have one to show you. Is this one open? I don't have one to show you, which is terrible. I have it in the car, but they come in little booster packs, and so they come in a mystery box, and you get, as you saw, their keychains that come with a base, so they can stand up on your desk as a standee, or you can just have them as a normal keychain. But they also each come with a card to collect as well, which, oh, I'm not in frame. There we go. I really like. I'm obsessed with cards because I used to play card games all the time. I don't play anymore, but I keep the love of it alive by making stuff related to cards. So yeah, these are my little babies, and I love them so much. I had so much fun making them, and this is just volume 1. I had put them on Kickstarter, but unfortunately it flopped. So I'm just manufacturing them as I can afford to. But they're doing pretty well, and they're gonna go up online. Oh, there's more rovers. I have to order more cards, actually, now that I see that. They're gonna go up online for sale this week once I get some free time to make the listing, and hopefully they do well. It's a good time for them. It's the middle of September, so it's spooky time is officially here as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so there is a secret rare one. I won't show him on camera, but in true like blind box fashion. There's a secret rare one, and then I just make all the packaging and stuff myself. So like I printed this off my printer and cut it in a Cricut, and then this is the back. So there's everybody and all their names and stuff. I had a lot of fun. I'm a big horror nerd, so each one of them to some degree is inspired by a movie, usually a horror movie, sometimes not. Like Meowers is Michael Meowers. Nancy is Nancy from The Craft, inspired by her. Bucket is inspired by the killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer, because he wore that outfit. Wasn't nearly as cute though. Sissy is inspired by Carrie, and so she's named after the actress. Little things like that. So yeah, I love them a lot, but we're gonna try to fit them into this display thing, see if it works. It should. They're pretty small. I'm just worried about the keychain. And then yeah, I have to order more of these. I guess I'll do that tonight too, because I ordered more of the physical charms. They're in production right now, so hopefully I'll have them for cons later this year. I want to say internet sales, but again, I am lucky to get a sale, so I'm not expecting them to do too well online. But in person, they do really well. When I took them to Dragon Con, I sold like, I think 20 of them, which to sell 20 of any one individual item, because they are technically one item, is very rare for me. So I was excited about that. Okay, it is Friday. I have to send out the Patreon rewards. I used to be pretty specific with these, and I would send them out at the beginning of the month, but then I realized that if someone signs up during the month and I've already sent out the rewards, then I would have to reprint and remake the reward for them and send it out next month. So for these, I've started to push them back to like the middle or towards the end of the month, which also gives me a little bit extra time in the month to make the reward and get everything ready. Though I also find that that's not the best, because you want to advertise for the month's reward like the month prior. I've been talking on social media for a little bit about revamping my Patreon rewards, because it's just kind of been stagnant for a while. Like I haven't seen any growth, and I think it's partially because of the way my tiers are set up. One of my tiers is almost completely defunct at this point. They like never get any updates because it's specifically for my webcomic. But my webcomic went from, oh hold on, it's hot, I need to, but yeah, I don't know, it's just stuff I've been thinking about. And again, I recognize that I am very lucky that I have patrons anyway, but I do think I can revamp the Patreon and make it better, and make it just better for everybody. Like better for me, so I have more incentive to keep making it, and then better for patrons, so you guys get better rewards and stuff, like, and more consistent rewards. That's the other thing I feel bad about. So yeah, anyway, that was a very long intro to say these are the Patreon rewards that I'm sending out for September. I accidentally used the same color scheme, this sort of like baby blue vibe. This looks more like this color on the computer, but yeah, I thought they kind of go together, and I thought it was fun to end summer because it's September, so do a little goodbye to summer with a little Matsuri sticker sheet. These are going to be available in my shop, but the patrons are getting them for free, obviously. Well, not free, but first. And then this is only available, I don't do this size print, so these like postcard 4x6 size prints are only available via Patreon. I am looking into doing smaller foiled prints for my store, because I really like it, and I've had a lot of people ask for smaller prints, because my prints are 11 by 17 or 12 by 18. A lot of people just don't have that space in their house anymore, or they like collecting smaller prints. So I am going to be doing smaller prints, but I'm going to purposely not make them this size so that this continues to be the Patreon exclusive size. Sunday, September 22nd, and about 5:30-ish in the afternoon, and I have finally finished, fingers crossed, everything for client work for this week. I hope so, because it's Sunday. But the rest of my evening, assuming there isn't any edits on the client stuff, is getting ready for the little mini shop update that I wanted to have 2-3 weeks ago, but nothing has gone right. But this one is just a little update. I'm gonna be adding all of my new prints that I did for Dragon Con, the ones that didn't sell at Dragon Con, and then I'm finally putting the Bloody Buddies online, which are my little oh wait, I don't want to show you that one, it's a sneaker one. These guys, you saw me doing this and talking about them for a little bit. I currently have 3 complete sets of them and 3 individual packs still in stock. So I think that's gonna be plenty. Like I said before, I don't get a lot of online sales, so I will be thoroughly shocked if I have to do any more than that. But you know, it would be nice. These guys are gonna be exclusive to my online store because I'm really trying to pivot away from Etsy. Even though Etsy is the only one that has sales that come in. So yeah, the rest of the evening is just gonna be some boring like admin stuff. I have to make new signage to put online because I haven't done that yet. All my stuff that I did make was for the Kickstarter, so I have to do that, and then I have to list the prints, which hopefully won't take that long because those I can just copy old prints and just change the picture. And I want to post the Dunmeshy charms, but I haven't taken product photos of it yet, and I hate taking product photos, so I guess we'll see how I feel after I get the important stuff out of the way. It might just be prints and Bloody Buddies, but if we can get the Dunmeshy stuff up, that would be cool too, because I think those will probably be the best sellers. But yeah, I want to get this stuff done tonight so I can update it tomorrow, and then tomorrow I need to work on Patreon stuff so I can post it before 8 p.m, which is usually when I post the Patreon rewards. Yeah, so let's get working on that. Probably gonna be late night because I slept in really late because my uterus is currently trying to kill me.
What do you think? Yeah? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I recorded this or not. I'm recorded again? But I don't know what's going on. If I looked at like my previous Etsy orders, they're literally like 1 or 2 every like 2 weeks. Like I don't really get them a lot. And suddenly last week I got 5. So we're gonna pack those today, which is really exciting. I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it. And then we're also gonna go ahead and pack the pre-orders for Those Who Sleep Volume 2 because I think I got about 6 of those to send out. So we're gonna do a little packing bit once I get set up again. Yeah. See, this is why I need to get a new book publisher, because so many of the books just have these, there's so many B grades. Like I'm gonna be lucky if I get a decent amount of A grades to sell, and I'm already not gonna sell a lot of these. It's just so frustrating. Also, I imported the exact same settings for this book as I did the previous one, and it like is not the same. Like this paper isn't the same. This has like a texture to it. It's almost like linen. The other ones are smooth and they're really thick cover. This cover is not nearly, like this is kind of thick. It's not nearly the same thickness as the other ones. So I'm gonna be getting a new book publisher before I do 3. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. Maybe I'll put them on clearance and hopefully people will pick them up, because I still have a lot of copies of 1, and of course I've just got all these copies of 2. But I don't know. Right now I'm just going to fulfill the pre-orders with any A grades that I find, and then we're going to have to sit down and grade all of them and see just how many B grades there really are. I feel like there's going to be so many, which sucks. But so this entire stack has something wrong with it. Those 2 I might be able to buff out. The problems on the cover, hopefully. I don't know, but that sucks. But I'm gonna sell them for 15 instead of 20, and hopefully people are fine with some of the errors, because otherwise I have no other option. This was the pre-order sticker this time. So the first pre-order, I did a sticker that was in this style with Drac and Willa. So this time I did Braum and Willa, and the next one will probably be Carmilla and Willa. I have a webcomic, by the way. I don't know if I said that already on this vlog. I have a webcomic. I've been doing it since 2019. You should read it or buy the volumes to support me if you want. It's about classic horror. This is my version of Frankenstein's monster. He's very cute. Hi! So, voiceover Kelly here to wrap up the end of the video. I realized that some of my footage got corrupted, so I lost a little bit. It wasn't too much, it was just me fighting with the shelf that you see in this clip, and then talking about some other stuff. But basically, I ended up soft launching the website. I'll have more about that in the next vlog. But yeah, this little packing session that I have here is actually the biggest packing session I've had in, I want to say, almost 2 years. It was very exciting to have this many orders between the pre-orders for Volume 2 and just this random influx of orders I got off Etsy. I don't know what happened, and I still don't know what happened, and I'm recording this weeks later. But it was mostly my Five Nights at Freddy's Sun and Moon sticker. So I'm assuming they must have gotten shared somewhere by someone, and it led to an influx of people coming to my Etsy, which was very cool. Again, my online sales are really bad, and part of my goal for this channel is to document me growing my online sales into something more consistent along the lines of my in-person sales. Because when I go to a convention, I do pretty good. And if I could, maneuver the online space the way I can in person, I feel like my store would be really successful, or at the least more successful than it is now. So that's my goal with these videos. But yeah, thank you guys again. I really hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.